Hey guys, it's takasta here again. Welcome to another video. So today I'll be doing a comparison of all the flagship mice that have come out of SteelSeries over the past years. So you see I have got a whole palette here of mice, which is really odd. You really wouldn't see anything like this. So first of all, we got the SteelSeries Ikari laser. Then we got the Sensei here, the Xai, the SteelSeries Xai, the SteelSeries Kana, and the SteelSeries Kinzu V2 Pro. So this is basically the same as Kinzu in terms of its shape and size. So I'll be comparing its shape, its weight, the hardness of the click, because some actually are harder to click than others, and last of all, the sensor. So let's get right into it.
So first we have the Ikari laser. So the Ikari is actually one of the only ergonomic mouse that SteelSeries have come out with, and up until like the Kinzu and the Xai, when they came out with the ambidextrous, that's kind of the line they went with the Sensei and the Xai and the V2 Kinzu V2. So as you can see, it's an ergonomic shape. It has big indentations on the right hand side and thumb indentation for the left hand side. So overall, it's just very comfortable, and it's actually quite a long mouse as well. In terms of shape, it measures actually at 13 centimeters from the tip of the top here to the bottom here. Alright, so next we have obviously the ambidextrous line of SteelSeries. So this is the SteelSeries Kinzu V2 Pro, which is basically the exact same thing as the Kinzu V1, but just with a different coating, different sensor. But the shape and the size and approximate weight is pretty much the same. So as you can see, it's very simple, just 1, 2, 3 buttons, and it's quite small as well. It measures at about 11.5 centimeters from the base here to the top here. And for me, like, my hand is about 19 centimeters from the top tip here to the base, like right here. It's 19 centimeters. So I think it's slightly small for my hands to use comfortably. However, I do like it for like flicking purposes. It's very good. So I like this a lot. Next, we actually have the SteelSeries Kana, and I've been raving about this mouse for the past couple weeks. So the shape is almost exactly the same. They added maybe just the light, and they added two more side buttons, which different from the design, different from the Sensei. So from the top of the mouse to the bottom of the mouse, it measures at 12 centimeters. So 0.5 centimeters longer than the Kinzu. However, 0.5 in terms of mice, because basically 0.5 is that much. It actually makes a big difference in terms of holding it. And I think this is it's still quite a comfortable size, slightly bigger than Kinzu, obviously. So still pretty decent in terms of size. Next, we have the SteelSeries Xai. So the SteelSeries Xai is basically the larger version of both of them. It measures at 12.5 centimeters from the top here to the base here. So this is basically the exact same as the Sensei. If I can get the Sensei over. Basically it's a carbon copy of the Sensei. If I put it on top of each other, it's exactly the same. But obviously it's carbon. I think for me this is the most optimal size because my hand is 19 centimeters long from here to here, and when I use it, it's the most comfortable. So back to a full-blown picture now of all the mice. So I'm going to move on to weight. In terms of weight, I basically ranged them from the heaviest over here to the lightest over here. So strangely enough, the SteelSeries Sensei is actually the heaviest mice among all of these. It measures at 105 grams. And next we have the Xai, which measures in at 101 grams. And then Ikari, surprisingly, measures also at 101 grams. I didn't know it was going to be so exact. Next, obviously, we have the Kana. Kana, for the size of it, is very lightweight. In terms of its size, it's almost the same as the Xai, almost the same as the Sensei. But it's, I don't know, I think it's the material they use is much lighter. So the Kana comes in at 82 grams. So that's a good 20 grams lighter than the Xai or the Ikari or the Sensei even. Finally, we have the Kinzu, which is obviously the smallest and the lightest, and it measures in at 73 grams. So if you like a slightly heavier mice, go for these. If you like slightly lighter mice, go for the Kana and the Kinzu. By comparison, just for reference, this baby right here, the IE3, if you can see it, IE3 measures in at 103 grams. This is just purely the mouse, nothing else, not including the cord or stuff. So yeah, in terms of weight, IE3 and the Xai and the Sensei are about the same. Next, we have the hardness of the click. So in terms of hardness of the click, it's how easy does it how much force does it take to click on the mice. So I've arranged the mice in order of easiest to click and hardest to click. So easiest to click, we have the Ikari laser over here, and hardest to click, the hardest buttons, is actually the SteelSeries Sensei. So what I believe in is that you can tell a lot about the sound of just the click to tell like how easy it is to click. So here, I'll first show you the Ikari laser. Oh. Alright, now I'm going to show you the SteelSeries Sensei. Both very, very easy to click mice. Now we have the Kinzu, which is slightly hard to click. In terms of the Kinzu and the Kana, they're actually quite similar in terms of click or the hardness. And finally, we have the SteelSeries Xai, which is actually quite hard to click in comparison. You can hear that the sound is much softer, and it's very, very hard. Yeah. So that's basically the sound of the mice. Alrighty, so now moving on to the sensor, I think is the final part of this video. So the Ikari laser, apparently, I got this information off just overclock reference forums, so please don't blame me if I got them wrong, because I'm just saying what is there. So the Ikari laser uses apparently the Cypress Ovation ONS1 sensor, and in my opinion, it's quite good. It's very little other companies use this same sensor, but in my opinion, it's actually like very, very smooth. It's very, very nice. I could do some tracking tests later on, but this is the sensor that this one uses. In terms of the Xai, I guess what is the next one in line. For the Xai, they actually opted for the Avago ADNS A9600 sensor, which is, they went back with Avago. It's a very stable sensor. It's upgrade, obviously, I think it's upgrade from the Ikari laser. And some people have a lot of performance tracking issues with the Xai, so I can, like, personally, I find it to be okay. If you play Dota or play most RTS games, it's completely fine. Next, we have the SteelSeries Sensei, which also uses the, this is the Avago ADNS A9500. And the Sensei actually uses the same exact sensor as the SteelSeries Xai. But they said they doubled the DPI. What they did was they just basically doubled the DPI count. So it used to go up to 5,000 DPI. Now it just goes up to like maybe 10,000 DPI. So these kind of like doubled it. So, but technically they are using the same sensor. And as I've talked about before, the Kinzu V2 and the SteelSeries Kana, they both use new sensors, which are I've talked about them. They used to have the jump tracking issue. Now it doesn't. But personally, these are the optical versions of the sensors, and obviously they have to go with the Avagos for the laser. So this is really a personal preference. I don't mind either of these. I don't mind the Sensei. I don't mind all of them really. So, but personally for RTS, I actually prefer laser. For optical, I actually prefer. For FPS, I actually prefer optical. So that's my comparisons of all the SteelSeries mice. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Make sure you subscribe and keep on watching. Thanks.